everyone, it's Chloe from Chloe's Creative Cards, and today I just wanted to show you how to create this really beautiful project using some of our fabulous Christmas products. So we're going to be using the Grande Christmas Rose stamp and die set. We're also going to be using the Christmas branches to create this beautiful foliage in the background, along with the snowflake frames and lots of our sparklicious glitter as well. As always, all of the items used are listed in the description below, so please do have a look, and you can shop all of the items online at www.chloescreativecards.co.uk. So we're going to start off by diving on in, and we're going to start with our mats and layers just to get the base of the card built up. So what I've got is I've got a piece of gold matte mirror card, and I've cut that down to 7 3/4 inches square. I've then got a piece of red, our Mars red pearl paper, and I've just cut that down slightly smaller, so we're just going to have tiny little borders around these. And then I've got a lovely piece of our beautiful foiled crackle paper in the gold as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab in a card blank, and we're going to start and stick our mats and layers together and start glittering the edges and things as well, just to get this all looking really pretty and sparkly. Okay. So I've got my card blank there. I'm going to grab some scrap paper as well, because what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of glittering around the edge using a chisel tip glue pen as well. So pop that over there. I'm going to grab in my beautiful foiled piece, and I'm also going to grab my Crystallina glitter, which is gorgeous. It's like just a really neutral, transparent glitter, so it's amazing for doing any of your like your edges, creating snow and things like that. It works absolutely perfectly. So I'm just going to take my chisel tip glue pen, and I'm just going to use it and drag along the edge of the paper like so, and then dunk that into my glitter. So I'm just working along, glittering this up. Like so. Okay. And then we're going to start and stick these down onto our card blank. So to do that, I'm going to use my Kalal all-purpose glue that I've got over here. And I love this glue. I use it all the time. But what I do find is you only need such a small amount of it. And sometimes if you put too much of it on, that's when it doesn't tend to stick as well. You just need a very small amount of glue. So it looks like I'm putting a lot on, but I'm not. I'm literally like scratching the surface of my card. That's that piece done. And I'm going to take my base card and I'm going to stick this down onto here. So all I'm doing is just holding that in place and sticking that down, like so. And then I'm going to take my piece of Mars red pearl paper, a little bit of glue onto here. Stick this one down, so I'm keeping all of these mats and layers nice and flat. And then my beautiful foiled paper. Now of course, if you wanted to, you could be gutting the middles out of your paper as well, if you wanted to get a little bit more out of it. It's completely up to you. I personally don't tend to gut my mats and layers, if I'm being honest. I just tend to roll with it and kind of stick them onto my base card really. So that's then going to go onto there. Like so. So you can see how pretty that then looks. What I'm then going to do is take a piece of crystal white pearl card, and I've got my lovely large snowflake frames die here. So this is one of our 8x8 dies, really beautiful die, and it's going to just create a really pretty mat and layer on our project. So I've got a little bit of low tack tape. So I'm just going to tape the tape and make sure I've got that die well taped in place. And I'm just going to grab my cutting plate. So to die cut this one, I'm using my base plate, my plastic shim, my die cut side up, my cutting plate on the top, and that's going to go straight through my Gemini. So just wait for that to come out the other side. grab that one. There we go. And what you'll find is you'll probably get two sides that cut really well and the other two don't. You just need to rotate the die by 90 degrees, send it back through your machine, and that'll give you a perfect cut every time. Because this is such a large and such a detailed die, you do need it to, you need the extra little turn just to get it all cut through. Okay, so then we'll take this away. So when we lift that off, you will see we've got that perfectly die cut out. Like so. So I'm going to pop that to one side, pop the plates in there, and then any little extra bits that need pushing through, you can just take a pokey tool, like these little bits in your snowflakes. You can push them through like so. And there we go. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little bit of glitter. So the glitter that I'm using is one of our Sparklicious ones, and this one is called Champagne Shimmer, and it's a really nice like a cool kind of gold colour. It's got a little bit of silver in there as well. Really pretty. If you like our Diamante Sparkle glitter or silver crystal, you are going to love this one. So again, because it's quite a fine glitter, I'm just going to use my chisel tip glue pen. What I do like to do with this one is, because it's a colour, it's not like a transparent glitter, I just tend to push a piece of card against the edge of the snowflakes like this and drag my glue pen down. That just then gives me a nice straight edge on this little matten layer. So I'm just going in. Glitter in that. And then we're going to take our champagne shimmer and sprinkle it over. Just need a bit of a paintbrush just to dust off the excess there. But you can see how pretty that then looks. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, adding that little bit of sparkle onto the snowflakes. So we're going to do exactly the same on each of the other sides. So again, I'm going to just pop my little bit of card in against the edge, get that nice and straight, and then I'm just going to drag the glue pen along there. And we're just going to glitter this one up. Like so. Exactly the same on this side here. That away, and then with your glitter there. Exactly the same on here. Okay, so we're going to put that onto there, and that is then our lovely matten layer all glittered up, looking really pretty. So I'm going to pop that to one side, I'm going to pop this glitter back into the jar. Okay, and we'll continue on just building up the mats and layers. Sometimes I just like to do these on my first, on my project, just to kind of get it started. I do tend to find that building up your mats and layers works absolutely perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, we've got a piece of red pearl paper, and I've just cut that down to fit perfectly in the centre of that snowflake border. And then I've got a little piece of crystal white card just to go in the middle of there, so you get that little border just going around the edge. What I'm going to do is take the crystal white pearl card. I'm going to take my Crystallina glitter again, and I'm just going to take my glue pen. I'm just going to drag it along each edge of the card like so. Okay, and then we're going to stick that down and just get that all stuck onto our card blank. So I'm going to pop my snowflake layer on with some foam pads. I'm using our foam pads on a roll again. I do pull mine off just into little strips just so then I can keep it in a pot on my desk, but they are, honestly, these foam pads are incredible. If you haven't tried them, I would honestly hop over to the website and try the foam pads. They are amazing. So what I'm going to do is just take the backs off. Okay, and then I'm going to stick this down into the centre of our card. So I'm going to stick the white layer onto the red paper, so I'm going to use a little bit of glue just to do that again. And then we're going to stick that down onto our little mat there. That's going to go on our base card just with some foam pads again. So foam pad this one up. Move that up a little bit so that you can all see a little bit more clearly. And I'm just going to whip the backs off these. Like so, and then I'm going to pop this one down. Into our base card. Like so, and you can see how pretty that then looks. So that's our basic matting and layering done. So we're going to get on to the fun part now. So I want to show you how to create these beautiful little branches. If I hold that up, there we go, you should be able to see how gorgeous they are. So quick and easy to do though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a piece of crystal white pearl card. I'm just going to do one to show you, but to complete this actual project you need to do 5 of these branches. Okay, so I'm going to be using our lovely Christmas branch stamp, and I'm also going to be using a Wow Clear embossing ink pad, and the embossing powder that I've chosen to use is one of the Stamps by Chloe exclusive ones, and it's called Hollywood Hills. I also now apologise for my green fingers, but you will see in a moment exactly why they're green. So what we're going to do is start by taking an anti-static bag and just dusting over the crystal white pearl card. We're then going to take our ink pad and we're going to ink up the branches like so. We're using our Chloe's Creative Cards acrylic blocks as well, which are absolutely amazing. We're going to stamp that down and then lift that off. We're then going to take our Hollywood Hills Wow embossing powder and we're going to sprinkle that over the top. And you can see how we've got that lovely green on there. Hollywood Hills is a lovely green. It's like got a very dark base to it. So it works really nicely for your Christmas foliage and things like that. Frosted Fir is another good one that's really nice for your foliage. So what we're going to do is we're going to just hold the heat gun still, and then as soon as we see that embossing powder just start to melt and change, I'm just going to move my heat gun over the image. So with the embossing glitters, you'll tend to see that the glitter kind of twinkles at you, and that's how you know that the embossing powder is done. Okay, what we're then going to do is take the matching die that matches up with this one. Okay, so that's this one here. Just going to give that a little second just to cool off a little bit. Okay, so we're going to take some low tack tape and we're going to tape this down into place. So we're going to put that bit of tape there, that bit of tape there. And then we're going to take our Gemini machine. We're using our base plate, our plastic shim, and then our cutting plate on the top. I'm going to run that through the machine. Just give that a couple of seconds just to run through there. Okay. Then we're going to push that out from the die and we've got our beautifully die cut branch. Now to colour the branches in, I'm going to use the Kuretake Zig Clean Colour Brush Pens. Okay, these are what I had in my craft box, to be honest. So I've got 3 different colours here. I've got number 46, which is mid green. I've got number 41, which is light green. And I've got number 40, which is just green. Okay, and we're going to use the 3 different colours to kind of shade it. So I'm going to start with my mid green. And I'm literally, these pens have got, I don't know whether you'll be able to see this, they've got like a really fine little like paintbrush on the end there. So what I'm doing is doing like a little flicky motion. So just starting at the base of the branch and then flicking the colour outwards like this. So I'm just working around, adding the colour onto the image here. Okay, so that's kind of put like a little bit of a base coat down, let's say. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to take my light green, which it says light green, but it's like a totally different shade, so it works quite nicely. You can just go over the top and just flick a little bit of that colour on as well. Okay, and then I'm going to take a little bit of the green and again just flick a little bit of colour into there. Okay, so then if I hold that up, you can see how we've got all of the lovely green just on the branches there. So what I then did is I've taken my Bling Box, and the Bling Box that I've used, find it, is our Festive Fancies one. So that's like got all of the Christmassy colours in, which is obviously amazing for this project. Okay, I've got it out on my desk. There we go. So this is our Bling Box. So I've taken some of the red jewels, and then all I've done is taken my PVA glue, put a little dot of glue at the base of like each of the branches, and then I've just taken some of the little red jewels and just kind of dotted these about on the branches. So these then act and look like little, like you've got little holly berries on there, which is so cute. Just add another couple onto there. Okay, so that then completes your little branch. Okay, so you need to do another 4 of those to be able to complete this project. So I've got mine that are already dry over here. I've got my little pile of branches ready to go. Okay, but now I want to show you how to create the beautiful Christmas rose in the middle. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to create this part here now. So to do the Christmas rose, what I've done is I've taken some of our Mars pearl paper, dust with an anti-static bag again, and then you're going to take your Grande Christmas rose stamp, which is huge. So I've got it on one of our fabulous acrylic blocks again, and we're also going to use the Wow Clear embossing ink pad. So we're just going to ink the stamp up like so, lots and lots of tapping all over the image. And then we're going to place that down and press. And you want firm, even pressure all over the stamp. We're then going to lift that off, and we're going to take some embossing powder. So the one that I'm using is another Stamps by Chloe Wow powder, and it's called Saint-Tropez Sands, which is a lovely like sandy gold colour, really pretty. So you're going to need to stamp and emboss 3 of the Grande Christmas roses for this particular project. What we're then going to do is take our heat gun, and we're just going to heat up the image. So again, holding the heat gun still. As soon as I see that embossing powder start to melt and change, I'm just moving the heat gun over the image. Like so. You can see how beautiful that then looks. Okay then, we're going to take our Grande Christmas rose now, and this is the die, so we're just going to line this up over the top like so. Each of these are hand drawn as well, so you do just have to get the petals lined up with the right petal, if that makes sense. Okay, and then we're going to run that through our die cutting machine again. So again, using the base plate plastic shim, die with my paper, and then my cutting plate directly over the top. We're then just going to run that through. Like so, and then you've got that beautiful die cut Christmas rose. What we're now going to do is take our Art Glitter Dries Clear Glue, and we're just going to scribble like this at the top of each of the petals. And I know this looks really random, but trust me, it's going to look good in the end. So we're going to just scribble a little bit of glue onto there. And then we're going to take our Sparklicious glitter, and the colour that I'm using is Winter Morning, which is like a lovely kind of crystalline-y one. I'm going to sprinkle that over the top, tap off the excess, and then you can see how beautiful that then looks. But when that dries, pop this back in the jar. When that dries, it's going to allow the red to shine through from underneath, so you get like a frosted effect. So what I've now done is I've got my 3 Christmas roses that I've stamped, embossed and then glittered, and they are all nicely dry. I'm just going to pinch down the middle of each of the petals, like so. So just using my index finger and pinching around. on each of these. And then on the final one, I'm going to pinch, put my thumb to the end of the petal and push it up like this. Okay, and then we're going to take a little bit of glue gel. I'm going to pop a blob of glue into the middle. And we're going to position that down and press. Exactly the same with the next one. So all we're doing is just layering up that Christmas rose, like so. Really, really pretty. Okay, and you can, what I tend to do is once it's dry, I'll flatten the petals out a little bit. Within your Christmas rose stamp and die set, you also get this lovely little stamen sender. So what I've done is I've cut one from gold mirror card and two from gold matte mirror. I'm going to leave the mirror card one flat and pop a blob of glue in the middle. And then I'm going to take my matte mirror ones and I'm going to just build these up a little bit. So pop that one there. Blob of glue in the middle of there. And all I'm doing is pulling the stamens towards me, like so. And then we're just going to stick that down. And then I'm going to take a little jewel just to go in the middle. And stick that down. Okay, and then we're going to pop that into the centre of the Christmas rose. And just a little blob of 3D glue gel on the back. Okay, and that then creates that beautiful large flower ready to go onto your project. I'm going to bring my base card back in now. I'm going to put a large blob of glue just in straight into the middle of the card, like so. We're going to affix the Grande Christmas rose down onto there. Give that a little squish down. And that's all looking sweet. Okay, that's looking good. And then I'm going to take two of my branches and I'm going to place two in the top corner like so. So to stick these down, I'm just popping a little bit of glue gel just onto the back and then tucking them in. And what I tend to find with the glue gel is because you've got that little bit of time to manoeuvre, it really kind of helps you just get things into the right position. So I'm going to take the other three and pop those down here. So I'm going to pop one there. I'm going to tuck one in there. So I'm just tucking these underneath the petal. And I'm going to tuck one in here. Like so. So you can see how pretty that then looks. I'm going to add three little jewels just into the corner here as well. So I'm just going to add three of those, like so. So I'm going to use like the middle size gold jewels to do this. And then we'll just take these and pop them down. Like so. And then I've taken the sentiment that you get with the Grande Christmas rose that says sending Christmas sparkle, and I've just stamped and embossed that in the Saint-Tropez Sands embossing powder. So what I'm going to do is bring my Crystallina in again, and I'm going to take my chisel tip glue pen. I'm just going to drag along each side. Like so. And then I'm going to mat this up a little bit, do a little bit of matting and layering. I'm going to grab like my smaller guillotine, if I have that to hand. It's not looking like I do. I do. Just going to mat and layer this up. So to do that, I'm going to take a piece of red paper to start with. I'm going to just stick it down flat first, like this. And I just tend to do this little bit by eye. as well. I'm not kind of too careful about it or anything like that. I'm going to trim this one down first. So, then we're going to add this one just to a little bit of, I've got a gold mirror card here, so we'll just add it onto a little piece of this. So I do like to matte and layer up my sentiments as well. I think it always looks really pretty. Nice and straight on there. Okay, and then we're going to take this and just stick it in the top corner. So to do that, I'm going to stick it down just with a foam pad. Like so. And then I'm going to take my dry clear PVA glue. I'm just going to add some little dots of glue into the background. Like so. And then I'm going to cover that with some Crystallina glitter again. Just going to sprinkle that over. Tap away the excess. And that there would be your finished card. So I really hope that you have enjoyed making this project with me today using all of the goodies from Chloe's Creative Cards. As always, everything that I've used is linked in the description below. And please do have a look on the website chloescreativecards.co.uk. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and you'll get notified every time we post a new video, and be sure to give us a like on our Facebook page as well. You can find us on all social media as Chloe's Creative Cards. So hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye!